Hello, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this smoked stuffed venison backstrap. Links to everything used is in the description below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and give me that thumbs up like button. There'll also be post recipe notes at the end of this video for you to check out for after the fact. Thanks for watching. Check this out. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is mix up a real simple marinade for this. I'm going to use the vacuum seal marinade container, which there'll be a link to that in the description below. And this is going to be real easy and real simple. Alright, first we're going to put some soy sauce in there. There we go, that's probably a little over a cup, probably a cup and a quarter. Now this is about a big heaping tablespoon of chopped up fresh ginger. Now I didn't chop it up real fine, there's some pretty good sized chunks in there too. And now just some simple minced garlic. Probably going to do about, not quite a tablespoon in there. There we go. Stir that up a little bit. And some coarse ground black pepper. Probably about a teaspoon worth in there. And about a cup of cold water. And that's it. Now I'm mixing up this marinade the night before so these flavors can kind of meld together overnight. And in the morning, I'm going to put that meat in here and vacuum seal it and let it marinate for just a few hours. All right, you don't have to let this marinade sit in the fridge overnight. In fact, you can do it right away. But I just did that because partially I didn't want it in this vacuum seal marinator more than about 4 hours. And also partially to let those flavors meld together. So we'll just put the meat in there now. All right, this is a very nice, well-trimmed venison backstrap. Just going to put that in there. All right, so just put the lid on the vacuum seal marinator. Hook up the hose. Fire this thing up. There we go. Once it's vacuum sealed, just close that. Make sure it's sealed good. And you're ready for the fridge. Now I've had this vacuum seal marinade canister for a long time now and I've used it a bunch. This is my old food saver. I've had this now for probably 2 or 3 years and replaced it with a chamber model, but my chamber model doesn't have the accessory port, which is really handy. So there's links to all this in the description below too. So now, just give that a good shake and I'm gonna go set that in the refrigerator for about 3 or 4 hours. All right, that's been about 4 hours. Love that vacuum seal marinator. All right, so we're going to take this backstrap, just set it out here, set that aside. And what I'm going to try to do is take this fillet knife and just basically unroll this whole piece of meat here. Cutting it very thin and not all the way through. So it looks like it's almost going to be in thirds. So that's going to be about it right there. Now we're just going to stuff it with our stuffing. You can use whatever you want. We're going to use cream cheese, onions, and peppers. And the first thing I'm going to do is put some of High Mountain Seasonings venison rub on here. Put a little bit of that on there. Now this is basically just softened cream cheese. Smear a nice layer of that on there. This is the inside layer. I'm going to put some green peppers and onions on here. Kind of julienne these a little bit, nothing too fancy. That's their inside layer. Put that there. And put a little bit on both halves of this here. Just a thin layer. Try to glue those vegetables in with the cream cheese. I don't know if it'll work or not, but it looks like it'll work. And it works on paper great. Right over there. Kind of as snug as we can. It's hard to grab. twine, tie that up. Alright, I'm sure I'm going to get lots of comments about this tying job, but you know what? I don't care. It's my show. And that's good enough. Alright, I like to get the Camp Chef fired up and up to temperature first to make sure everything's clean and kind of sterilized. So I'm going to run this thing up to about 350, and then we'll cut the heat back, set the smoke setting the way we want it, the temperature, and put the meat on. Top this off with some lumberjack apple pellets. Look at that. That hopper holds an entire bag of pellets, y'all. Check that out. Whole brand new bag, 100% apple pellets from Lumberjack. Awesome stuff. As usual, this time of year, I am fighting darkness. So let's put this on. Nice satisfying sizzle there. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more of this High Mountain Seasoning venison rub on there. Just like that. And I got that switched over to night mode. I'll go ahead and put a probe in here. I really like that Camp Chef has this little place to run your probes, so you don't have to pinch the cables. And I want to stick that about right in the middle. That nice backstrap there. Alright, just for reference right now, I have the grill set up at 300 with a smoke setting of 6. So I'm going to run this thing at 300 for a while, for a couple hours, see how it does. I'm actually looking for an internal temperature of about 150, 155. Alright, let me show you guys something. No, not that. I got the Camp Chef app hooked up, which allows me to actually monitor this cook from inside the house or wherever I need to go. Check that out. So I can see the grill's temperature. I can actually change smoke settings. Pretty much anything I need to do, I can run this grill from the app and monitor it. So I don't have to stand right here, which means I can go sit down and enjoy this beer. Alright, let's take this thing off now. It's at about almost 160. Oh man, would you just look at that. I bet that's hot. Right on the cutting board. I'm going to set this in the house and let it rest for just a few minutes before we cut, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Alright, this thing's been resting now for about 10 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and cut the strings off and slice it up, see what it looks like. Man, look at that. That is so good looking. It smells fantastic. I wish you guys could smell what my kitchen smells like right now. Look at that. All that cream cheese, peppers and onions just melted in there perfectly. Alright, so we got all this plated up now and it looks fantastic. Let's give this a try. That'll make you want to hit one with your car. So there you go. Stuffed venison backstrap is really pretty easy to do. It's a little bit involved, but not that bad. And with a Camp Chef pellet cooker or any other pellet smoker, or any other smoker for that matter, this is fantastic. The High Mountain Seasonings venison rub is really good and works really well with this dish. Y'all need to give this a try. If you hunt or if you know a hunter, get him to give you a piece of backstrap and try this recipe. Hit the subscribe button down there. Give me that thumbs up like button. Links to everything in the description below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Okay, a couple of post-show notes for you. Number one, get this meat off of the grill at about 145 degrees. Actually cooked it a little long. It didn't dry out because of the marinade, but it would have been better if I'd have got it out at about 145, maybe 150 degrees. Also, note two, go ahead and let the thing marinate for a little bit longer. I had about 4 or 5 hours in it. It wouldn't have hurt to marinate it overnight. It would not have been too salty with the soy, and it would have helped with the moisture just a little bit more. Note three, a little bit more smoke. I use smoke setting 6 on the Camp Chef Woodwind. I think I'm going to run it at about 8 or 9 next time. Red meat like venison takes smoke very well. It was good, but it would have been a little better with a little bit heavier kiss of that smoke on the pellet grill. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget that subscribe button down there. We'll see you next time. Oh, you want a smooch? All right, I'll leave a smooch in there.
Kiss.